Let's take a look at yet another inflator, this one made by a German company called Secumar. It's found in life jackets that look like this. And one of the features that is kind of handy about this is that the inflator is available to you right on the surface. You just undo this patch and there's the CO2 cylinder, there's the mechanism, the water sensor, and even the instructions are right inside that area. Okay, this is another bayonet style. So in order to remove the CO2, and incidentally, you can see that it shows red, I'm going to push down and pull out. Quarter turn, now I've removed the CO2. On this side, I have a little lever. And what I can do is flip this up, and what happens is a trap door opens up down here, and here's the water sensing part of it. It's this little pill. Now the pill is contained within this cage, so the whole thing gets replaced when it's time to replace it. This also has an ink-jetted date, and it says it expires on 2/18. So in February of 2018, I know that I have to throw this one away and get a new one. So I'm going to reinstall this back in the little container and cock this arm. So now that it's set to go, now I need a new cylinder because this one is showing red. Here's a rearm one, and it shows green. How cool is that? I put it in, give it a quarter turn, and now when I look at it, I can see from across the cockpit that it's ready to go. Now it's just a matter of folding up the instructions, closing up the Velcro, and I'm all set to go. One additional feature though, remember in our previous video that we actually can make this into a manually activated one by replacing the little pill with this yellow flag. So that's an option for this particular style, and if you figure you're going to be in very wet conditions, you can turn it into a non-water activated model if you want. Finally, this is a Spin-Lock deck vest, and it comes with a European inflator that's made in the UK. In this case, we can unzip it. Again, it has a zipper instead of Velcro. And here's the inflation mechanism. Now this one is unique in that it has the green to go indicator, but it actually has two indicators. One is to tell you that the water activation side is ready to go. The other tells you that the CO2 cylinder hasn't been pierced. So we're going to start as we did before by removing this water activation part. And this contains a spring and some compressed paper. And as long as the paper stays dry, it holds the spring in abeyance. But as soon as this gets wet, bang, the spring goes up, pierces the CO2 cylinder, and it inflates. The other way it inflates, of course, is with a manual inflation arm right here, which extends out to the side of it. So the rearming here is to unscrew both parts. This will have a replacement date on it, and in fact it says replace on it, so you don't have to guess if it's the manufacturing date or the replacement date. In this one, it wants to replace on 7/2017. So if I'm beyond that date, I should replace it. If I'm inside that date, I might use it until that date. And the rearming kit looks like all these other rearming kits. Comes with a CO2 cylinder, comes with the little water sensor. Put this on and I'm good to go. Now, the one thing I would say about all of these units is that if the CO2 cylinder hasn't been pierced, the thing that goes bad or the thing that ages is really the water sensing portion. So if your manufacturer allows you to buy the bobbin, the pill, this item, in all cases that will save you money because if the CO2 cylinder isn't rusty and it hasn't been pierced, the chances are extremely good that it contains the amount of CO2 cylinder that it lists on the outside.